The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you from the Hobbit Hole, but talking about things that are different. We're going to talk about things that are close to, near and dear to our hearts. The creative musical process.
Yay!
Finally. A podcast about making music. All right, here we go. I've got a whole slew of things set up on my monitor that Jim's staring at. My monitors, I've got 3 of them, and I angled them so that it looks like a command module for the
It does. It's very impressive.
SpaceX. So here we go. Here's my DAW, my digital audio workstation. And we are recording. That's Jim and I at the top of this thing. But I'm going to try to click on tracks that I used as an artist paints with colors on a palette, and you blend them with your brush. I'm going to paint with sound and lead you to the final product of the latest Wigmore Allen Gibbons song. So I'm going to start with one of these flavors, and if I can do it right, I'm going to do this. A toy piano.
That was lovely.
Lovely, sort of like... yeah,
I like it.
A twinkling of a star.
Yes, a twinkling of a star.
Okay.
A twinkle in a little boy's eye at Christmas morning.
You got so much color to add to this discussion. Okay, I'm going to do a melody with that one. That's how the song is going to open up with that. But I've got something else that I decided I would do as well. I'm going to, I've not done this one, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to add this one. Tell me what texture that reminds you of.
Ah, that kind of reminds me of a satellite going through space or Star Trek.
Right. So I'm going to put those two together and layer the tinkly, because it's very crisp and sparkly, and that nebulous sound.
The nebulous sound.
Ooh, spacey. Okay, so that's...
Nebulous Studios. That sounds
that's what I've got going so far. Let's continue this exploration. I wanted something with a little standard keyboard, because I can play along with it, so... more defined, typical Rhodes kind of thing. So that's in there as well, and I'll do more chording with that. But music that's twinkly and nebulous and electronic, I needed something to contrast with that. So I added this. I'm just going to scroll up here to make sure that you and I are still recording.
Okay,
so you can add color commentary as we go. All right. What does this do for you?
Oh, that alien orb is going through the sky.
Now, you should have noticed that on the bottom end, there's a lot of tremolo. It's
There
the
is,
fast
yes.
bowing. And then when I went up high, it's mellow and sustained, slight vibrato, but not much. But if I hammer it, you start to hear it coming through.
Yeah. I
So
hear that.
those are pressure-sensitive keys and effects that you can add on to that. So that's like tremolo, because nothing speaks of drama and mystery and suspense than a tremolo violin section, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right, so that's where I was going with that. Now let's talk, those are some textures, but I've got some other things going on, so I will switch and see about this one. You hear the arpeggio going in that.
Yeah.
So it's got rhythm and pitch variations going on. That's going to come in there because I wanted to build a big chorus, and you'll hear where that comes in. Let's see what else I added. And I don't know what this one is. It's not labeled.
Oh. Now, that's the mothership coming in.
Beam me up. Wow. Yeah, that's a low mono synth, and it slides between keys. So when you press one, it goes, whoa.
Yeah.
It goes up and down. So I like that slide. It allows some inaccuracies in my performance where I can miss the note, not quite get it.
Can you play those sounds on your keyboard too?
That is being played on the keyboard.
No, I meant on your computer keyboard.
Not on the computer keyboard,
okay.
so I'm not able to do that.
Because that's what I have to do when I do anything like that.
I don't know how you do that.
Well, that's why I'm not as good as a producer as you are.
You had the best at the time, though. Your Apple computer and your software were the best.
Yeah.
And even that has limitations.
Everything has limitations.
Everything does. All right, I can see that we're approaching the vocal thing, so I want to get the next element.
We'll get moving then.
Besides all that stuff, which you layer and introduce in different places at different keys and different ways through the song as it develops, you need
drums, percussion.
I'm playing it on an Akai MPD MIDI pad 218. It's a 4x4 grid, and you just pound the snot out of them. They're all pressure sensitive, but I used to perform the drum
on your keyboard.
On my keyboard for 20 years like that, doing that MIDI. Now I decided I would see what this would offer me. And you can do drum rolls if you're really quick with your fingers. A lot more to
try that on a computer keyboard.
Try that. You won't be able to do it. So let's see, because I layered some other things. This one is, you can see that you get a much more meatier electronic low thud.
Yeah.
So I use those to reinforce a standard kit. The first one is from Addictive Drums, and the next one is from a program called EXO, and it gives me a lot of flexibility in terms of adding percussion in layers to reinforce a standard kit in ways that I think power through. All right, the next step I'm going to do is, I think I've omitted a few instruments that are not necessary for me to explain, but vocals. Here's the raw vocal from Keith. I send him my mix. And that's it. Nice. Sounds very crisp and clean. Great recording. Now with a little effects. You can see how it's bigger, grander, a little reverb and compression.
Nice.
With the thin walls need a little paint. Great harmonies. So I wanted to pull them all together. And I'm not sure where... oh, this is guitars. The original that Keith sent. Not through the whole song, just through the instrumental. Now, this is what I did to it, whether you like it or not. There you go. That's that's what I call bigging up the sound.
Yeah.
So I put a whole bunch of stuff called Guitar Rig 5 and 6 and did that to it. We're going to come to the wrap-up of this podcast with the song, and we can conclude it anytime you want. So if you want me to stop, just let me know.
No, let it go.
All right, here we go. This is how the song began.
The piano.
The toy piano. With a nebulous backing.
So here we are, just little blowing in the breeze, from one side to the other, with everything we don't need. Yeah. Hands reaching through the ceiling to pluck you from your bed.
the whole thing from beginning to end.
That's great job putting it together. I'm glad you showed me that. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
And I can now, seeing you in my mind, I can see you playing the drums and all the rest of it, putting that together. Good job, Terry. Good job.
Funny, an instructional video, but there's so many out there to see people do it. But at least now you see the DAW, you see the mixing board, you see how it goes, and you heard the sounds, and you heard it all put together. An instructional video from the Jim and Terry Show.
Yes, you could teach. Oh, you're a teacher. There you go.
That's it. The Jim and Terry Show signing off. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye for now.
Bye.